Anuj Gurwara, you are a young, dynamic, multifaceted, multi-talented artist, a master of ceremonies, playback singer. You have a Filmfare Award for your singing for this. Which one is that?
I do. Well, I've sung playback for Telugu cinema. I am Punjabi. I grew up in Hyderabad, but I got an opportunity to sing for Telugu cinema. So my debut song became an overnight hit, and I won the Filmfare and a lot of other trophies for it long while ago. But yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. So you're also an actor, a voice artist, a former RJ, writer, and this one I love. You are a traveler. You have shared the stage with some of the biggest names in cinema, music, business, industry, and sports, and have achieved considerable success in multiple forms of entertainment over just 2 decades. Along with your career in entertainment, you're also now you're hands on with the 2 schools that you have in
Hanji.
Hyderabad. They're really prime institutions, and you come from a family of educationists, and you
Yes.
bring your rich experience as an artist to aid in the educational journey of our future generation. So tell me a little
Right.
more about that.
So I come from a family of education, and that mere nana jo the, he's not here anymore, but he had established South India's first Hindi university in
Mhm.
Hyderabad. उन्होंने उसकी स्थापना की थी, and हिंदी महाविद्यालय. एंड मेरी नानी जी भी जो थी वो प्रिंसिपल रह चुकी हैं, टीचर, तो दोनों टीचर्स थे. पापा जो हैं, पापा भी मतलब ही माय ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स आर नॉट फ्रॉम द एजुकेशन लाइन, बट पापा ने टीचिंग में बहुत एक यंग एज पे उन्होंने इंटरेस्ट लिया था. एंड देन ही वेंट ऑन टू स्टार्ट वर्क इन सम ऑफ द मोस्ट रेप्यूटेड स्कूल्स इन द कंट्री, एंड देन ही केम टू हैदराबाद टू एस्टैब्लिश हिज ओन स्कूल. और फिर मम्मी भी उनके साथ जुड़ गई, तो दोनों ने for the last 36 years they've been running 2 schools in Hyderabad, and I have grown up in an atmosphere of education and healthy living. And by that I don't mean fitness and healthy eating, I mean mentally healthy living. And that's where I think somewhere जब मैंने entertainment की तरफ अपना रास्ता बनाया, they didn't stop me because they said, true educationists that they are, they said जिसमें तुम्हारी रुचि हो तुम उस रास्ते पर चलो. And when I collected my experience from working with people and from all walks of life, from all kinds of situations, the amount of varied experiences coming from travel, from work, from seeing the highs and lows of success and failures, and then evolving my own sensibilities. So I came back and I said, why don't I इसका जो एक सारांश होता है उसको लेकर, why don't I see if I can add to the educational journey of students and maybe contribute there in their growing up. So that's it was coming back. So I maintain both careers as an entertainer, as an educationist. I mean, I'm not an educationist, but I help my parents run the schools, and yeah, so that's my life right now. It's a word that I am very strongly associated with now internally. I feel very, very strongly about creating safe spaces. And for me, a safe space is the comfortable nurturing or of that energy signature. Am I doing anything to get your energy on alert? I hope I'm using the right words. This is my safe space. तो मेरे लिए अलग, and that is physically, that is emotionally, that is by way of words, that is by way of small actions, like आप एक पानी का बॉटल उठा के आप टेबल पे किस तरह रखते हैं, that itself is an energy signature. Immediately इंसान पूछ लेता है ना, क्या हो गया? The moment आपने कोई चीज पटक के रखी टेबल पे, क्या हो गया? It's such a subtle thing, but सामने वाले इंसान का एकदम एक रेडार चालू हो जाता है. उसे आप क्या बोलते हो? नहीं, मेरी एक गट फीलिंग आई कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम है. सो सेफ स्पेस फॉर मी हैज बीन इन वेरियस वेज. जब हम स्कूल में एक्सकर्शंस करते थे, हिमालयन एक्सकर्शंस, एडवेंचर एक्सकर्शंस, हमारे स्कूल का एक बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा है हमारे करिकुलम का. तो पापा का सबसे पहले तो बचपन से ही, पापा मम्मी का मैंने ये ऑब्जर्व किया है कि हमारे इस क्लास में जब बच्चे बैठते हैं, और ये छोटी उम्र से ही, पापा कभी भी बच्चों को जो ऑटोमेटिकली लड़के लड़कियां यहाँ अलग अलग बैठ जाते हैं, पापा उनको उठा के मिक्सअप करवाते हैं छोटी उम्र में, कि सबसे पहले मिक्स होके बैठो, ये लड़के लड़की का भेदभाव मत करो क्लासरूम में बैठते हुए, सब एक साथ बैठते हैं। जब हम एक्सकर्शंस पे जाते थे, बस में जा रहे हैं या ट्रेन में जा रहे हैं, कैंप साइट्स पे रह रहे हैं, टेंट्स में रह रहे हैं, तो ऑफ कोर्स स्लीपिंग अरेंजमेंट्स वर जेंडर सेपरेट, बट ट्रैवलिंग, कैंप फन जो होता था, एक्टिविटीज जो होती थी, गर्ल्स बॉयज वर ऑलवेज टुगेदर। सबकॉन्शियसली आपको एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग, एक सेंसिटिविटी अपने आप वहां बढ़ जाती है। आप ऑब्जर्व करते हो छोटी छोटी चीजें, और जब आप साथ में रहते हो तो अपने आप को आप ढाल लेते हो उस पर्सन के अराउंड। वो ढाल लेना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, क्योंकि बाद में एक रिजिडिटी आ जाती है फिजिकलिटी में, इमोशनैलिटी में, एक रिजिडिटी आ जाती है। तो बचपन में ही जब आप उसको फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी आप दे देते हो, जो हमारी कंट्री में बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस में आज भी लड़कों का एंट्रेंस अलग होता है, लड़कियों का एंट्रेंस अलग होता है क्लास में। सो दैट इज वन सेफ स्पेस की मैं सीखते हुए बड़ा हुआ। फिर जब मैं स्टेज पर मैंने कदम रखा, व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग प्रोफेशनल शोज, I wasn't given the responsibility. I took it on myself that my female colleagues or contemporaries who are on stage with me right now, I will be the wall between them and the audience. Because unfortunately, audiences go a little nuts. They don't behave very civilly with artists on stage. वो समझते हैं कि हमारे लिए entertain करने आए हैं, तो चलो डांस कर लो इनके साथ, हाथ वाथ पकड़ लो। तो मैं जब स्टेज पर रहता हूँ, आई एम कॉन्स्टेंटली अवेयर कि मेरे साथ जो लोग हैं उनके साथ मतलब they are feeling safe that there is somebody here in the unlikely event of anything, I can handle it. तो not as a मैं तुम्हें बचाऊंगा, not a knight in shining armor. I'm just on standby. That's all. I'm just on standby. And किसी के standby होने से ही एक बहुत safe space हो जाती है। वो फिर बढ़ते बढ़ते अब स्कूल का माहौल तो आ ही गया है, तो obviously it is a word that I have actively started introducing, not just for children, but for our teachers, for our employees. Are you feeling safe working here? Is it a safe space for you? Not in terms of just physical sexual harassment related, but also as a mental health. Are you all right? Is it you? It's okay to take a break. Office se ut jao. We have a whole playground. Go take a round. Stretch yourself. Go take a walk for 10 minutes. It's perfectly fine. And then come back and work again. But the environment, is it safe? One is a safe space is an environment where you don't feel any degree of threat. The other is you are comfortable to be yourself within the boundaries of decorum, of course. Of every institution or every organization, every space has its own decorum. You know, being free doesn't mean that you break those boundaries of decorum. But how do I? I'm trying to find the words for it. But you are free with who you are. You don't feel judged. You don't feel attacked. You don't feel exploited. You don't feel taken advantage of. You don't feel somebody is that you exist for somebody's purpose. That you are there for yourself, and consent is a huge part of it. When I was in second year of college, adolescence, I was molested by a young married woman in her house. Somebody that I had been kind to, somebody that I had done a favor for, and like I'd assisted her with something, and I was molested by a woman, and I spent many years being ashamed, scared, embarrassed, because I'm a guy. I'm not supposed to feel things like these. हमको तो, you know, जब sexual experience हो रहा है तो दिल खोल के उसको. But I went through many years of like, even today when I talk about it, I can smell her perfume. I can taste her. ऑलमोस्ट 20 साल हो गए इस बात को. I felt very unsafe. I felt unsafe not just with her, primarily, of course, but where the incident happened. I felt unsafe when I went to one of my closest friends immediately after, all shaking and trembling. And he laughed at me. What a man. What kind of a man are you? Uh, there were 2 degrees of being unsafe, is what I went through. And it's not something I have been able to talk about on forums in the public space until now, until today, because now I'm more comfortable speaking about it. And I think a large part of it also has to do with the program that I attended with you. उसके बाद मैं भी थोड़ा सा मुझे करेज थोड़ी सी आ गई कि मैं भी बात करूं इस बारे में, क्योंकि जब अगर मुझे ही शर्म होगी तो फिर मैं दूसरों को क्या बोलूंगा कि शर्म मत करो, be own it, or it's okay, it was part of your experience. But I felt unsafe there. I spent many years being very afraid of sexual relations because of it. I had trouble with sexual activity because of it for many years. And this was during my adolescence, when my hormones were at the peak, when they were just giving me all kinds of signals. And so, yeah, I felt unsafe then. It was such a huge energy stamp on me that I can't even imagine. And for 2 levels. One, I have not gone through any form of sustained sexual abuse. I have not even at a young age, nothing. I grew up in a very safe and protected environment. It was only in my adolescence that I had a less than 5-minute encounter. So on one level, I can't even imagine that. Second, I'm a man. Oh, we have so much work to do. We have so much work to do. We are vastly outnumbered by intentions. We're vastly outnumbered by fractured upbringings, by inadequate sensibilities. We are vastly outnumbered. And I'm saying this coming from a space where I have done mistakes. I have made mistakes. Of course I have. We all do in the heat of the moment, in things that you have said, in things that you have done. I'm not proud of them. But have they left me with a learning? Yes, they have. Do I look back today and want to go back and say sorry? Yes, I do. I don't even know what impact my words have had on somebody, my actions have had on someone else. I do not know. But what factors led me to it, what the situation was at that time, it's not an excuse, it's not even a justification, but it is what it is. It was the reality of that moment. What the onus on me is to not repeat it. The onus on me is to learn and help, heal it in whatever way I can, even if you can make a difference to one person. Homes, people who exploit trust and familiarity, who do this under the garb of रिश्ता, खून. ये बहुत बड़ा इमोशनल ब्लैकमेल टर्म हमने इस कंट्री में अपनाया हुआ है. बड़े हैं, बुजुर्ग हैं, रिश्ता है, खून है, बेटी जैसी हो, बहन हो. नहीं यार, ये तो लेबल्स हैं. तुम्हारे इंटेंशंस क्या है? फैमिली, होम्स, ट्रस्ट सर्कल्स. Because a child doesn't know the difference between trust and distrust until you break it. Child only trusts. It is one part of the solution, which comes a little later. I think the first thing is that we need to have more conversations about this. We need to normalize conversations around this. I'm able to have conversations with my teachers about sensitivity with the children and learn from them, because we are all resonating on the same bandwidth. No. Stigma. फैमिली मैटर है, अब नहीं होगा. चाचू घर नहीं आएंगे, चाचू अब नहीं मिलेंगे, उनसे दूर रहो, वेडिंग्स पे दिख जाएंगे पर उनसे बात मत करना।
अगर चाचू ने किसी और बच्चे के साथ किया तो?
यहाँ पे आके कॉन्वर्सेशन रुक जाता है ना फैमिलीज में। You know, it's a very open-ended question. It really depends on so many factors. I couldn't give. I was a little uncomfortable at that time selecting those options in the answers that you'd said, because for me, I was trying to consider different situations. Like I come from a very different kind of a family. So मेरी जो sensibilities हैं, that is yes, that parents को पता चला तो they will approach. They will try and you know, problem solve this. Try and understand what the whole situation. Yeah, that's what I've seen them do. So my natural thing would be go to the parents, and then they would take it on, because that's what I have learned. But if you look at typical families who are ashamed about this marriage, then they would try and hush up the matter, or teach the child to ignore it. It's something that I thought of when the lockdown hit. I mentioned it to you on the phone. The first thought that went through my mind was about victims of abuse, domestic or sexual, who are stuck at home now with their perpetrators. At least उनको थोड़ी सी रिलीफ थी कि बच्चा स्कूल चला जाता था 8 घंटे, या हस्बैंड या घर का मर्द जो है वो ऑफिस चला जाता था, काम पे चला जाता था, तो 8 घंटे की छुट्टी मिल जाती थी। अब तो वो भी नहीं। So that was one of the first thoughts, that I wanted to have an open conversation sessions with children and parents in just the initial 101 awareness of this. Identify the signs, look around yourselves, look around your homes. पर स्कूल को ऑनलाइन ले जाने में पैंडेमिक के थ्रू कई सारी मुश्किलों से पापा को हेल्प करे संभालने में 1 साल निकल गया, और शायद उसी तरह मेरे भी 20 साल ऐसे ही निकल गए थे सोचते सोचते। So it would be smarter to have this conversation at the earliest. I am a Rakshan.
Thank you so much, Anuj. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Thank you.